So guys, Bravo Yugioh here coming at you with another video, and today we are back on the Dueling Book. Also, I'm not playing live for you guys. This is just a game that I got while I was, just casually playing, not really looking to record anything. But I thought this game was pretty solid, especially game one. I thought game one of this was pretty solid. But you have me, myself, this is I, on the 10E Swordsoul strategy, and I'm playing my opponent here, 864 rated. On the looks like there you see Therion cards, but this is ends up being Therion P.U.N.K. And I lose the Dyro with the rock paper scissors, so my opponent is going first. So I start off with this Coliseum. I have one effect Veiler, and in decks like this, like these I don't call them pile decks, but decks like Therion P.U.N.K and like P.U.N.K Adventure, one effect Veiler is not great. It's not good at all. He's good. Grabs Lily and pitches the P.U.N.K to get to Therion charge. That draws him talents and Foxy Tunes, the two very good draws off Therion charge. Gets his negate on board. So this is a negate, and P.U.N.K is a bounce. It's a quick effect bounce, which is not bad at all. Uses the Foxy Tune effect to get rid of his talents, get to his P.U.N.K. I mean, it's so crazy how, like, when Grand Creators came out, it was all about adventure, and no one really cared about the P.U.N.K cards. But, like, these cards are super crazy. Especially since Deer Note came out. Like, these cards are super wild. And at this point, I think I just tell myself I'm just gonna save Veiler for the what's the name of the card? The Chaos Ruler. Because at this point in his little combo, right, he doesn't have any dark monsters to bring his Chaos Ruler back. So I just thought I'd just like keep him off of that. So I Veiler the Chaos Ruler. He decides not to negate it, which is fine. The reason why, because this Veiler, if he negates it, trades with one extra piece of interaction. So like if he negates it with Regulus, he probably I guess he doesn't. Maybe he should have. Maybe he should have just sent Lily. Like see 130 monster card from your hand. Yeah, I feel like this Lily isn't doing anything. But I guess he didn't want to get hit with a knee by negating his Veiler, which is fair. Which is very fair. Overlays into zombie vampire. Oh, I see. I actually forgot he did this. He lets that go because he just mills with the zombie vampire anyway. And this is the board he ends with. He takes my Ashuna with the zombie vampire. So he ends on a Regulus Omni negate, this P.U.N.K bounce, and he has an Ash in hand. And his monsters are protected by this Coliseum from being destroyed by battle. Bet. Oh, so we draw Moyu for turn. The hand is pretty solid. This Call by the Grave is going to go super crazy, as you guys are about to see. We start our turn with the Adhara. It's also important, he hit a Vashuda in our graveyard. And he decided to keep the Vashuda in grave and not the Ashuna, which I think was a mistake. Because this Vashuda is going to trade with a negate. Especially you can see in there, like, he had Ash Blossom in hand for the Ashuna effect. I think he should have took the Vashuda out of my graveyard. So we hard make Monk. On this summon, because we have Vashuda in grave, he decides to P.U.N.K target the Monk. And I decide to chain Heavenly Dragon Circle on Monk. His P.U.N.K's supposed to go back to hand. And he decides to Ash the Heavenly Dragon Circle. And I thought about using Call by the Grave on this Ash, but I decided not to because this Regulus is the actual problem. And even if he decided, I'm jumping the gun. Give me a second. So we don't summon Talia, banish our Vashuda, sorry, and he Regulus negates, and we chain Call by. So even if he uses Regulus negate and sends Lily. He has another Regulus engraved that was losing to this call by. He just was milled off of the zombie vampire. So this Regulus is always losing to this call by the grave. And from here, our man is deceased. He's very deceased. We get a token. We use the effect of our Vishuddha. I mean, of our hard to get Vishuddha back in hand. We make Baxia here. Baxia bounce back this Coliseum and bounce back the zombie vampire. This it's supposed to go to the deck, by the way. Bounce back this Coliseum so he can't protect his guys to from battle. So we shuffle the back. We dump Moyi. Use Baxi effect to pop target Moyi. Now this is so Moyi shows them Vishuddha that we just added back to hand. And this is where it gets kind of crazy. So long on effect, pitch the Vishuddha. Now this is probably my favorite part of the video. I think this play is like super wild. I'm going to take my Vishuddha and I'm going to bounce my Ashuna back to my hand. And then I use a Ashuna effect. I'm going to go for Shatana. And the Shatana, this is why we play Shatana. I know it's like people, you know, talk about running the other level 14Es because of the attribute. You get more value out of your if you make backseal with it. You get more, but Shatana is just a wild card, so crazy. So we get our burn in, then we make our Monk of the Tini, and we go battle phase. Crash into his Lily to destroy our Monk, and we use Shatana effect, bring back Lily. I mean, bring back Monk, pop Lily, and he is OTK'd. Very crazy, very very nice play. Moving on to game 2. Our opening hand is Nib, Droplet, Ashuna, Droplet, Vishuddha. This hand is not great. I mean, we have Nib, which is nice, but not seeing a Swordsoul monster is very bad because like this Nib conflicts with these Tinnies in our hand. But like I feel like I have Nib, I can't like not Nib him and hope, and I guess I just kind of hope that I draw a Swordsoul monster. But he's just doing his regular things. His hand wasn't too crazy either, but it was enough for him to make plays and whatnot. That's the Chaos Ruler. And here is where I grieved. I did not realize that he added Ghost Ogre. Like, I wasn't paying attention. I did not realize he added Ghost Ogre off of this Chaotic Ruler. Chaos Ruler, sorry. He makes health. He goes for the Jet Synchron. I decided to nib here since he had already, you know, used his Hawk or whatnot. I decided to drop the nib. He talents, looks at my hand, hits the Vishuddha. I mean, yeah, hits the Ashuna, sorry. And he sets E-Tail and passes. Now, I draw Talia for turn, which in this situation isn't great. Like, I need Moyi there is crazy. At least I thought, because again, I just completely whiff on the fact that he has Ghost Ogre. So I droplet his token, send in Vishuddha so I can have something to bounce for Talia. Because that's the only way I get to play. They gets hit with the Ogre, and I just set one and pass. He draws Lily for turn, which he doesn't have any Therions in his graveyard, so it's not the best draw. But he flips the old E-Tail in. It's so crazy. This card coming back to 3, I feel like was such a mistake. Like, this card at 3 is crazy. It does way too much, especially with these P.U.N.K cards. He grabs Ogre Dance to get his Dark Engrave. for the Chaos Ruler. Makes the animal. I think I don't know. He took this playback. I don't really know what he was trying to go for. Maybe he I don't know. But I didn't say anything about it. I want a nice game of Yu-Gi-Oh. And here he brings back his Chaos Ruler to make Psychic and Punisher, which is fine. I also think this was a bit of a misplay. I think this animal is doing nothing, right? So you Psychic and Punisher effect, banish animal to get rid of my token. But as you see, what he ends up doing is using the effect and just beating over my my nib. And he leaves me with the token, which I thought was a misplay. Now, because there were so many cards I could have drawn to make this hand to kill him essentially. Maybe not kill him because that's a lot. I don't think he has his Valor, so I'm sure he'll be protected. But I feel like leaving me with this token plays into Tinnies, it plays into me like a top deck Moyi, a top deck Taya. It just plays into so much. There were so many cards I could have top deck for this. This being one of them. So a top deck Heavenly Dragon Circle, and I'm feeling real good about this because his End Punisher is not doesn't have the unaffected effect because his life points are higher than mine. So I think I am about to go crazy. Get rid of the token attributed. Oops, sorry about that. Grab the Taya. I normal summon Taya. And I get smacked with the effect Valor. And I am at defeat. Nothing we can I won't say nothing we can do. If I'm paying attention to that Ghost Ogre, maybe I'll play it different. But I did not. Now, game 3. Our hand is very nice, I think. We have Moyi, Ashuna, Long Yon, Anti-Spell, and Droplet, and he has Talent, Endless Engine, Deer Note, Therion Stand Up, and Lily Boria. I do not know why this. I don't know why this card is in his deck. Game 3. It's not. It's too slow. It's a trap. It's a good card, but I think this should have been started out 100%. So we go first game 3. We show him the Ashuna. He says no hand traps here, guys. If you're playing on DP, don't do this. Don't say that. Grant, he said that. I don't believe. I got trust issues, bro. So I go for the Baron 5th summon line anyway, because I don't have time to get sauced by a liar. Use the Ashuna effect to get that horror, and that Moyi. I think there's like a rule in Yu-Gi-Oh that says a Moyi draw is guaranteed to be ridiculous. Moyi draws in the Call by the Grave, which is wild, very good draw. Just another piece of disruption, another piece of interaction on top of the anti-spell. Turn a heart in the monk. That heart's gonna add back the Ashuna in the hand for some sort of follow up, and we're gonna do the old set for a pass like we're playing Swordsoul Eldritch. He draws for turn. He draws a Droplet, and this hand just loses. This hand, yeah, this is very rough for our mans. I think, yeah, the anti-spell definitely gets in here. Without anti-spell, he gets to Endless Engine dump, maybe Endless Engine, maybe dump King, Lily Boria effect, and I probably negate that with Baron, and he probably talents draws too, and I don't know. Maybe I don't negate that with Baron because I have this Call by the Grave. I don't know. He was in a tough spot. Like my hand was too crazy, and that is the end of the duel. And we were drawing emergence for turn because it's almost like I didn't have enough. My deck was like, yes, emergence. But that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a quick little Dueling Book replay for you guys. Go back and watch the OTK from game 1. I thought that was super sick with the Shatana play. And if you guys enjoy it, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. This is Bravo Yugioh signing off. Peace!